Alright, this is Jake, back with another video for the tutorial series. This one's going to give you an overview of the ship. We're not going to go into many details about what we're going to see. We're just going to walk around the ship and make sure that you know where everything is. So here's the main menu, and we're going to click Start to enter the game. And this is the where I left off in my previous video. This little brown guy here, that's you. That's your character. Left click with the mouse to walk him around, and wherever you go and release that mouse button, it will activate that zone. So for instance, we're going to go to the cockpit. We're going to walk in there, and it's going to automatically load the cockpit. Now this cockpit looks a lot different than anything we saw in the Atari or Apple versions. We're going to have a whole video on that later. But as you can see, the cockpit is dynamic. You can play with the computer, click buttons, and make things happen. It's actually pretty simple once you know how it works. Alright, to get out of the cockpit, you're going to right click, and it'll take you back to the ship. Now, to the south of us there is an exit that takes you to the surface of the planet that you're currently parked on. Just for fun, we're going to jump outside and see what's going on. This is Drahu. This should be familiar to you if you played this game before. This is the first city that you start in, and my mouse is going a little crazy here. I think there's a fuzzball in the laser eye thing. Alright, so to get back in the ship, you just got to touch the ship with your character, and you're instantly back inside. Now, up top, we have the first of the ship's lockers, now called the Gravkeeper. The Gravkeeper is so named because it is a series of small gravity wells or gravity hotspots that are holding your objects in place. On the left-hand side, you have general storage. These storage spots can hold any object. On the right-hand side, it can only hold consumables, organics, like food. It's like a refrigerator. It will keep your food fresh, because in this version of the game, food can go bad. Down here is another locker. No organics. This just is a general locker. You can kind of throw whatever you want in there. Alright, right click to exit, and we're going to go to the top of the ship here. These are the engineering bays. The engineering bays are what makes the Sundog work. We'll have a whole video on this later. You can scroll from bay to bay, at least the top 3 bays, by clicking those yellow arrows. You can physically walk to each bay, but that's just a little easier. Just like the engineering bays we're looking at now, the engineering bays to the south end of the ship work just the same. Okay, this is the ship's computer interface that we just entered. It's like a little locker that you can enter just like the others, but it brings up a computer screen. Clicking on the left here on the ships, this will show you all the different types of ships that you may encounter in the game. In this interface, you can look at the 3D models of each ship, as well as examine their attributes such as armor, speed, etc. And here is a star map. This is kind of similar to what you can find in the cockpit, just a little larger, but it gives you more information. You can see, you can drag it around and look. Enli way out there in the corner. That's why you can't get to it. This makes it a little easier for you to understand, perhaps. Now it's in 3D, why you can't get to it until you get the boost drive. Clicking on the system will bring up the system. It'll show you the planet, so you can click the planet to bring up the planet information. And this information helps you understand a bit about the planet. It also has stock information in here, which we won't get into right now. We'll get into that in a future video. All right. You can also change the backgrounds, just a fun little feature. Pick one you like and stick with it. It's up to you. And then hitting the log out button will take you out of the ship's computer and back, or right clicking, either one. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you about the mail. This is actually kind of important. You have an email system that advances the Sundog storyline. And you can see we have 2 emails here. One from this guy, which is a Banville representative. He's going to contact you and help you out with some Banville stuff. The other one's from a Comptech. It's a data recovery firm. The storyline is your uncle, when he had the ship, there was a accident, shall we say, and the ship's computer was damaged. Comptech is trying to recover data on that computer, and they're going to be giving you email updates that will help you through the game. All right, down here is the locker that's in your pod. The pod is a separatable part of your ship, and you can drive it around the planet like a car. You see you have organics and a general side here, as well as the contents of the pod, cargo, fuel, etc. To drive the pod, just like the cockpit, you just got to walk your character down to the little pod cockpit. So that concludes this video, which was just a general overview of the ship. Thanks for watching.